Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this man's head. He admitted it's not the one he's going to use. He just got one off the internet. But he wants to do something like this. I think years ago I made a video about this, but I'm going to go ahead and make another one. So this thing is, for the one I'm doing it for, I reduced it quite a bit. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it 1 inch even. And I am going to make a duplicate of it, so I'm going to make my nudge factor like 2 inches, and I'm going to make a duplicate and move it over. Now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to trace it. I'm going to go outline, trace, clip art, and I am going to group by color, and then press OK. What that did, that put this gray background together, hopefully. So now I'm going to go to Object, Group, and ungroup it. And I'm going to take away that background. So now I just have the young man. I would maybe look at it and clean it up a little bit, but for this video, you know what, we'll go ahead and we'll have to ungroup it again. Go up to Object, Group, and ungroup it. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill this in. Boy, it's a bunch of groups, so I'm going to grab that group and ungroup. I did not do this on the original one. But that way, when I use the Smart Fill tool, it won't go in that hole. So now I'm going to take a rectangle, and I'm not going to fill it in. I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool, and what the Smart Fill tool is going to fill that in. Okay, now I'm going to nudge down. And then I'm going to fill in that head spot, and I'm going to nudge over and up. This was our original picture, so I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to go intersect. And now I have just the man with no background. And if we look with the yellow box trick, Object, Order, Back a Page, you can see it's just the man. You have to have this for this to work. So what I'm going to do now, there's probably a couple ways you could do this. Let's see how tall this is. Let's make it with a ratio lock. Let's make it 1 inch. And then I'm going to take some rectangles, making sure I'm getting wide enough to do the shoulder. And I'm going to make it 0.2 tall. And then I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. Well, before I do that, I need to change my nudge factor to 0.2. Several ways to do this, but this I think is the easiest. So I've just made all these boxes. Now what I'm going to do is this is now, let's say 2 inch nudge again. And I'm going to nudge the second one, the third one twice, the fourth one 3 times, and the last one, well, I did this one twice. So let's put it back. So now all I have to do is make copies of this. So I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard or Control D and see what it did. Now, I don't think we can, I'm going to try it. I don't think you can intersect all at one time. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Nope, it didn't work. I didn't think it would. So I'm going to back up completely, make sure I'm back to start. And I'm going to intersect these one at a time. So I'm going to go intersect, and you can see what it did. Intersect, intersect. And if I was going to do a lot of these, I'd make maybe a hotkey for the intersect key to make it just a 1-stroke key. Now what I can do is let's move the other part of the body out of the way. Now let's go ahead and just move our rectangles down in case we have a mistake. And now what you can do is move this over once, move this to the right once, to the right twice, and to the right 3 times. Now you could take let's set our nudge factor on like 0.1, and let's take the top of his head and move it over. Let's take his eyes and, well, For some reason, that didn't intersect, but you get the idea. Well, it did work. My boxes are just bigger than I thought they were because the top of his head, the box was up here. Now, that might be too much, so let's set our nudge factor on 0.05. Maybe move his hair back, his eyes back, maybe move his chin back, and then move his, and this is personal preference. I would leave that like that. So it'd be one thing. I still question why you would want to do that. Well, I think the original one I did, I actually separate them and make it look like they were slices with matter in them. But anyway, I hope that's what he was wanting. I hope that he understood, and thank you for watching.